Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living in Faith. I am your host, Giovanna Tartarone.
And I am Pablo Sanchez. Thank you, Gigi.
Hello. Thank you for coming on today and joining us, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of faith and tapping into that wisdom that's within us. You know, we often sometimes go into thinking if it's possible, and we start thinking why it may not be possible. So I invite the audience today to think about when you really tap into that wisdom and know that anything is possible. I want to talk about how we can awaken that power within us, Pablo, today to really help us to have, use faith to really make our dreams come true, to really go after what we want, and, have that courage to do it no matter what and believe in ourselves. So let's get right into it and talk about how we can do that.
The best way to do that is you need to get to know God. The way you get to know God is through prayer. By studying the Bible. When you study the Bible, it's not just ancient scriptures or anything like that. The Bible is our path to our destiny, if you will. What we have to believe is that God lives within us, and we have a divine purpose. It is His purpose. He made us here for a purpose. He knows from our beginning to the end. So He has a specific purpose for us. And once we believe that, and once we ask God for what is my purpose here in life, and you align yourself with that purpose, what happens is you're really able to let go. You're able to let go anything that has been bothering you, any worries or anything, because you get to believe that, hey, as long as I follow, you can say the Ten Commandments, the rules, as long as I follow God, I know that I'm going to be okay. You get that feeling that, wow, I really don't have anything to worry about. It is easy to say, right. But the reason why it's easy to say is simply because I personally have gone through in my life, and I believe I was supposed to be dead. I should have been dead now many times. Mm-hmm. And at one time, when I was in the Marine Corps, I was a passenger in a Corvette, and we had the T-tops off, and we were approaching the base. And as we were approaching the base, we had the car in cruise control. And in order to get into the base, you go through a nice round circle. And the cruise control did not disengage. So the car went over, flipped over.
Oh, wow.
And I should have been decapitated right there and then. What I did is I went like this, and I covered myself, and I lost half of my left elbow and a piece of my back. I mean, that was a wake-up call for me as to, thank God, because I should have been dead. And then there have been other instances that I know that it's because of the mercy of God that I'm here. And I know that right now, so many things. So, and then when I start to think about my wishes, we're talking right now about our inner wisdom. And what I'm trying to say right here is that we first have to connect with God. We have to see that God is with us at all times. And my experience, the experience that I'm sharing with you, is that I have felt God in my life so many times, and I have seen Him do wonders with me. And because of that, and this has been so many times, the most recent one I would say was when I was divorced. I was divorced for 5 years, and I was a royal mess. And then one weekend, after making thousands of dollars, I went back home and started to cry, and I started to have a fight with God, ask him, what's the use of making all this money if I do not have anybody to share it with? And then next I have my wife Martha. Now on August 2nd, it's going to be 7 years that I've been happily married, and life has
Beautiful.
been the same. All to say that when you trust God, what seems impossible to you is definitely possible for Him. Why? Because He knows your beginning to the end. And what I come to find out is that all the storms in my life, they're all temporary. They're all temporary, and that's when I step out after a storm and I say, "Wow, how did I make it here? Did I really withstood all of these things?" And what I come to find out, it was all God's plan.
Yeah,
Go through that, and when you go through the storms, your resilience you really build that up, and the next thing you know that I know that I actually welcome the storms, and I know that as soon as the storm ends, I know I'm this close to getting what I want, and it really, really does work. So we're talking about wisdom, and the first thing that I'm saying about wisdom with God is you have to really look at yourself and look at the times that God has been in your life. If you're able to reflect on all the times that God has been in your life, and you say, you know what, really, I wouldn't have been able to make it through that if it wasn't for Him. Another great example, after I left the Marine Corps, I decided to become a CPA. But I had in my mind that all I wanted to do is to work for one of the big accounting firms. What did I do? I did not settle for anything, but now this is God at work. Have a real heavy Hispanic accent, and here I am, and I'm very brave. And I tell God that I want to work, and I only want to work for one of the big 8 accounting firms. Now, very well, I could have talked myself out of it. Pablo, you have a very heavy accent. You do not meet that profile that they're looking for. That's not you. But no, I didn't. I trusted God completely. And what happened? Next, I was given the position, not by one of the big 8 accountants, but all 8 accounting firms gave me offers, and I settled for one of them. It's
so
completely amazing.
what I heard you say in both of your stories is surrendering and trusting, right? I know that that is something that people just can't see doing because it's not something that we're taught. We're taught that we're in control of our own lives, and we have to make things happen. And if things don't happen, it's because we're not doing something. When we're talking about awakening your inner wisdom, right? That's like wake up your soul, right? Listen to your intuition. There's a power within us that can truly guide us on the path of freedom, freedom to choose and to feel connected, right? And that's kind of like with your stories. That's what you did basically. When you connected to God, you felt more powerful in making your decision. You felt more confident. You had the trust. And this is so important for us to live life happier. If we're not living a happy life, there's something that's missing. We have to agree on that. And we're looking on the outside to see what we're missing in our lives.
Meantime, it's all within us.
It's all within us.
God lives within us. And what we're talking about is how do we reach in here? And what we're talking about is how do we access our subconscious mind? That's really what we're talking about, because what you have right here is your conscious mind. This is us making decisions, but really we're lazy. We're very lazy. We like what we know, what's so readily available to us. Our subconscious mind, in order to reach our subconscious mind, we have to go into the archive. We actually have to bend over and pick it up. You have to search for it. That's your subconscious mind, because you know it all. You know it all. So you have to. How do you access your subconscious mind? The way to access your subconscious mind is, one, through prayer,
Mm-hmm.
Another one is really to sleep. Now, the different names that we give to prayer, we call that auto suggestions. We call those affirmations. But
Yeah.
all those things, all those three things, those are the ways that we talk to God. Now, when we're talking to God, and this is why it's so important to just practice this. Practice this for the next 30 days. For the next 30 days, every day before you go to sleep,
Yeah.
take a look at your whole day, what happened, and think about the times that God has been with you throughout the whole day. And say, wow, really, you could very well, you could have been driving and you stopped at the right moment before the red light, and next you know a car took the light and you could have been a big accident. Well, what happened there? You have to consider the fact that God is the one that told you, hey, slow down, slow down. Sometimes God would put a slow driver in front of you, one that you might want to beep the horn, but no, no, no. Think about it. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
God put that person in front of you to slow you down because you don't know what He's preventing you from.
That's
So
right.
it's all about trust. It's about looking at, revisiting your day and seeing, the hand of God in your life. So once you start doing that, and then you can practice this. As you're practicing this, think about your purpose, what it is that you want to do. Write it down, read it at least 3 times a day, and then definitely just before you go to sleep, read it again, and then what
Mm-hmm.
happens is you start dreaming about it. But when you start dreaming about it, you're actually accessing your subconscious mind. You're telling your subconscious mind what it is that you want. Your subconscious mind cannot reject. It only
Mm-hmm.
accepts. It only accepts. So if you're saying, hey, subconscious, I'm searching for this. Okay, hey. Next thing you know, your subconscious mind is going to come up with you and say, hey, is this what you're looking for? Is this what you're looking for? Is this the color that you want? Is this really it? And then you can actually come to an agreement. And then really the final act is really assuming that you have already received it. When you assume that you have already
You're
received it,
trusting. You're trusting. You're
it's
believing.
trusting. That is perfect faith. It's perfect
Right.
faith that it is yours. It is yours. And what happens is you automatically start thanking God for something that you haven't even received.
And you
Think
know what's a perfect example that just came to mind? When people go ahead and book their trip to go on vacation, like right now it's summertime, everybody's booking their vacation, right? They don't have they don't see the restaurant, they don't see the hotel, they don't see anything. They just make a payment, and they know come August 1st they're leaving to go to Disney World, and the hotel's going to be there and the room is going to be there, and there's no doubt whatsoever.
Wow, that is a perfect example, Gigi. That's the way we're supposed to live our lives. A similar example is that when Christmas time, you ask your dad for this bag, whatever, and you know that your father's going to give that to you. Okay, now think about this. Your heavenly Father is God. He's going to give you whatever you want. And the same feeling that you have for that bicycle, you should have for whatever dream you have. Yes, I am told that I sell dreams. I have been told that I say dreams. Yes, and I happily sell them. And I'll show you how to access those dreams also. Just by getting closer to God. When you get closer to God, and then you start praying, and then you start asking Him. eh, Asking Him, right? I said, read it at least 3 times a day. You really want it, do it 6 times a day. Do it all day long. Next thing you know, what you're doing is you're talking to your subconscious mind. And then you're telling it, hey, Pablo really wants this, huh? Pablo really wants this. And then what you do is you have to give it more details. Yeah, the more detail that you give your subconscious mind, the more it's going to look for you in that way. And then before you know it, now we can throw in our friend Napoleon Hill right here. Before you
Yeah.
know it, God will put in here people that have the special talents that you might looking for, that you might need. He'll put the person in line in order to make things happen for you.
And
Eh,
if yeah.
but it is all about your faith. It's all about your faith. But if you do not have faith, the first thing you have to do is get closer to God, go through the scriptures, prayers, and then if you really lack in the faith, think about maybe not yourself, but think about somebody that's successful, somebody in your family, somebody that has made it. You consider to be successful, and you're going to say, hey, this person was not always that way. And then you're going to realize that, hey, all of this is happening. Now, I was thinking about somebody that's, laying in bed right now because they're feeling sick. And they think that that's where they're going to, that's the end of the story, and they're going to be this way forever. That's not the case. That's not the case. God wants to use you as an example, somebody to show his strength, show everyone that he's here with us. And he wants to make you healthy, give you your health 100% again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just a final thought on that. It's either you're in faith or you're in fear. And if you're in fear, then you don't believe. That's how I see it. And because you can only be in one, your mind can only take one state, be in one state, in the state of faith, because you believe there's something greater than us that's going to guide you, or fear. And if you're in fear, you cannot expect miracles to happen. They don't happen on that side of the fence. So let's switch over and talk to our friends and let them know everything we said in Spanish.
Muy buenas tardes. Otra vez yo estoy muy agradecido con Giovanna porque ella nos está ofreciendo a nosotros la oportunidad de hablar de la fe aquí con ustedes por los próximos 15 minutos. Espero que esto en corto tiempo se haga media hora y después lo vamos a tener a diario. Es algo muy lindo. Todo eso es de Dios. Todo eso es de Dios para nosotros. El tema que hemos escogido es se me fue las palabras, wisdom. Cómo nosotros podemos acercarnos a Dios un poco más. Y yo empecé diciendo que cuando primero tenemos que acercarnos a Dios leyendo nuestra Biblia, enseñando fe. Segundo es oraciones. A Papito Dios le gustan las alabanzas. ¿Okay? Por parte de las alabanzas, nosotros podemos ser las personas que solamente las gozamos. ¿Okay? ¿Por qué? Porque el gran salmista Dani Berríos, él ha sido un cantante toda su vida. Él ama a Dios y se ha pasado toda su vida componiendo canciones extraordinarias, y todo es hablando del amor de Dios. Él coge un verso de la Biblia y le hace una canción y solamente se pasa alabando a Dios. Esa es una manera de acercarnos a Dios. Entonces, porque lo que queremos es cómo nos acercamos a Dios. Primero, para acercarnos a Él, tenemos que pensar cómo es que Él piensa. La mejor manera de acercarnos a Él, a ver cómo es que Él piensa, es leyendo la Biblia. Leyendo la Biblia, usted se acerca más a Él y se pone a ver de veras cómo Él piensa, qué es lo que ha hecho. Y cuando usted se pone a leer la Biblia, va a ver que Él de veras nos ama. Todo lo de Él es amor. Él no es una persona que Él tiene el derecho de ser un juez y decir, sí, fuiste malo y esto es lo que te va a hacer. Pero Él no hace eso. Él no nos juzga a nadie. Él nos ama a nosotros porque sabe que el amor es lo que es definitivamente de Dios. Aquí, yo en repasando mi historia con ustedes, conté que cuando yo estaba en la Marina de los Estados Unidos, estaba estacionado en Hawái, estaba regresando a la base. Yo era el pasajero con un amigo, estábamos en una corbeta y no teníamos las tapas de arriba, sino estaba todo abierto, y estábamos con el cruise control. Y lo que sucede es que al entrar a la base tiene un círculo. Con el autocontrol del carro no se despegó y nos fuimos dando la vuelta hasta que el carro se dio la vuelta Y cuando aterrizó, cuando se dio la vuelta, no tenía las tapas. Lo único que yo hice es yo me cogí, me tapé y no fui decapitado, no me cortaron la cabeza, pero sí se fue la mitad de mi codo y un pedazo de mi espalda. Para mí yo debería haber estado muerto. ¿Cuántas veces tal vez debería estar muerto? Y tal vez ustedes lo puedan también ver en su vida, cuántas veces Dios nos ha protegido. Dios nos ha protegido porque tenemos, cada uno de nosotros, nacimos con un propósito. El propósito es de Dios. Entonces, si su trabajo no está terminado aquí, él no le va a dejar, ir, Él no le va a coger. Para mí, mi trabajo yo no he terminado. He tenido otras oportunidades también que lo mismo, pero aquí estamos tratando de acercarnos a Dios, buscando cómo es que Dios ha estado en nuestra vida todo el tiempo. Otra buena manera de hacerlo es recordando cada día antes de dormir cómo Dios ha estado en nuestras vidas. Y digo, puede ser que usted está manejando y ahí viene un carro, se pone enfrente de usted y es el carro más despacio que puede estar. Tal vez usted tenga la gana de empezarle a pitar, hey, muévete, pero no. Piense que Dios puso a esa persona ahí porque Dios le está preveniendo de algo grandísimo que le puede pasar. ¿Por qué? Porque su tiempo aquí todavía no ha terminado. Entonces, todo pensando en la mano de Dios. Ahora, también nosotros estamos hablando de la fe. Muchos de nosotros, no tenemos esa fe perfecta. La manera que uno ve esa fe perfecta es repasando todo día otra vez cómo Dios ha estado en su vida. Y como si no es su vida, la del vecino, de un artista, lo que usted quiera. Usted puede ver que esa persona, tal vez usted piense que no debería estar ahí, pero mire dónde está. Ahora yo les voy a decir algo, ¿ok? Vamos a hablar de Messi, uno de los mejores jugadores de fútbol. Messi es un tipo cortito. Ese es un tipo bien cortito que Dios le está usando a él para enseñarnos que no importa el tamaño que usted sea. Para Dios todo es posible. Mire, ese señor Messi es uno de los mejores jugadores. No importa el tamaño. La gente enfrente de él son el doble. Vamos a decir como un David y un Goliat. No importa. Dios le va a usar a usted porque quiere que Dios vea que Él está aquí con nosotros. Pero la cosa es que usted tiene que creer que Dios vive dentro de usted. Ahora, si usted tiene un deseo, lo que usted desee, lo que estoy diciendo es aquí nosotros conscientemente somos vagos, somos muy vagos. Nos gustan las cosas fáciles, nada más lo que está al frente, lo que podemos alcanzar. Pero usted en su subconsciente, usted tiene todo lo que usted necesita. Su subconsciente, papito Dios le mantiene aquí. Su subconsciente es un archivo de todo lo que usted necesita aquí para sobrevivir. Lo que usted necesite está aquí. Ahora, si usted tiene un deseo, usted se puede poner a rezar, a pedir a Papito Dios lo que usted desee. Otra palabra que se usa es autosugestión, afirmación. Las tres son las mismas. Es cómo hablar con Dios pidiéndole algo a Él. Ahora, cuando usted se pone a pedir a Dios, es recomendable que lo escriba lo que usted necesita y repetirlo siquiera unas 3 veces al día y repetirlo eso antes de dormir. Cuando usted lo hace antes de dormir, usted se va soñando con eso. 2 maneras de afectar eso. Uno, rezando, otro soñando. Pero les voy a dejar ahí. La próxima vez vamos a hablar de la subconsciente. Next time we have to talk about the subconscious mind. We
Okay.
have to. That's our
That's the root of everything.
that's a
That's the
pathway to the God inside of us.
yeah.
That's what we're going to teach them next time. Okay, la próxima vez vamos a hablar de cómo hablar con la subconsciente, porque la subconsciente es el gateway de cómo acercarnos más y más a Dios.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, it's so important to teach this information because we think that it doesn't really affect us knowing and understanding the conscious mind, subconscious mind, but this is inner work that we don't know that we need to do in order to stay connected, right? We're born connected, but we get disconnected because of everything around us. And understanding that you have this power within to really take control of your life, but just you must believe, you must have faith, and you must stay connected to the creator. And this is, I love what you said, Pablo. I know I don't understand a lot of Spanish, but I got I got the message pretty clear to just your energy and your love for the information you share, and I appreciate you. And I do want to tell everybody about, well, maybe you should, take a minute to tell them about your YouTube channel.
Thank you, JD.
Sure.
I have a YouTube channel. It's Viviendo en Fe or Living in Faith 111. In that YouTube channel, what I do is I do the Word of the Day, the daily devotional. It hits anywhere from 5 to 9 minutes. 9 minutes when it's really long. But what I do is I read the verse and then I interpret it and I talk about ways how we can utilize that right now. It's all really to show that God is with us. And it's really a channel to inspire people and to know that God is with you, that you were not left alone right here. Here, this is it. No. I will talk to you, tell you that God is right here. I will tell you about the power of your thoughts. Today's show was all about the thoughts. Completely amazing. I put in there James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. It was completely amazing. So
I invite everyone.
give me the opportunity, Gigi. Thank you.
Of course. I invite everyone to go subscribe to his channel. And if you don't have time for prayer, you click on that and you hear what he has to say, and let that be, what goes right into your heart, to open up your heart to receive God's love through Pablo. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you, Gigi. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.